customize your message. Well guys, it's a good like, and you should customize your message. If you're wondering what the hell I'm talking about, well, yeah, stuff. And this reminds me of another thing that I should talk about. Oh, perfect, excellent. Okay guys, this is the 110 subscriber special, and we will be playing, well, I have already played, and you will now be watching me play Path of Exile. I'm sorry for making that joke, but I had to, you know, in remembrance of Saiyan, because it's his joke, he came up with it. I mean, it's a really horrible joke, Path of Exile, because it's being patched all the time. Get it? Get it? Okay, I'm gonna stop now with that. It's Path of Exile, and I have been playing it yesterday with my buddy Aniki. He wanted a boost, so I gave him a boost. My initial goal was to go and get myself killed on some like last boss of a game or something, because this is on hardcore, because you know me, I just play hardcore, I don't play normal, fuck that shit. I play normal in beta because it made sense. I mean, who the fuck cares? Your characters will be wiped anyway, so might as well play a normal. So yeah, that's why I didn't play hardcore there, but I didn't play a lot. I think I beat the game all the way to Cruel once, and I died then. I wasn't very good. I really just did random shit and I still beat the fucking game. I mean, they added more since then. It probably wouldn't have worked with this kind of difficulty, even if you want to call it difficulty. It's just, you know, you need more gear. If you have the gear, you can play the game. If you don't have the gear, well, you're fucked. I mean, it's not that bad. I guess you can do some other random shit. You can, you know, work around. You have certain specs. You know, I'm not gonna go into details. I'm just gonna say Path of Exile was a cool game to play, but it's way too grindy for my tastes, so eventually, you know, all the cool stuff wore off and I just couldn't play it by myself anymore. And when I can't play games by myself anymore, I usually just stop playing them altogether, because other people sure as hell don't play those games by themselves either. I'm pretty much the person, of all the people I know, I have the most patience, so if I can't play it by myself, nobody else can. It's just impossible, man. You can't do it. You can't. It's like the speed of light. Can't go faster than the speed of light. It's because it's defined so. So yeah. Anyway, we have reached 110 subscribers. This is a very good occasion to celebrate, as opposed to 100 or any other arbitrary number. As you know, I don't usually celebrate these occasions unless there's more things happening, and in this particular case, 4 days ago, possibly 5, maybe, I don't know, many days ago, on the April 15th, we had an anniversary, 1 year anniversary of the first video that I made for this channel properly. And what do I mean by properly? I mean that before that I have made videos, but they basically are what? I think 3 World of Warcraft videos, which have just vent without even my commentary, and it's just me playing WoW with my guild, doing a few bosses. Couldn't do it very much because my PC couldn't handle recording and playing at the same time. It's amazing it can handle playing. I mean, go look at those videos. I even made a joke about it. The notation says, oh, I should probably buy a new PC because it's too horrible, it can't handle the game. And then after that I made 5 videos for the Race a Day with X series. The last 5 from the 3rd league, because there were 3 leagues, each had 5 races. And basically those videos were like so: you race through a race, you upload that shit after you record it, and you set it as video response to X's video. And it's a cool community event. I still don't consider those proper videos though. Most of them weren't even recorded with fraps or anything. It's just some random stuff I did because I thought, well, whatever, might as try it out. Why not? But on the 15th of April, the first video, I surely hope it's 15th of April. Now that I thought about it, it could have been any other day, but I hope it's 15th of April. The first episode of Just Cause Let's Play came on YouTube, and well, it didn't do too bad. Probably because I named it really cleverly, and it's kind of referencing a joke. Good luck teaches you how to play Doombringer or something like that. Basically, it came down to the fact that Doombringer is a class in Tribes Ascend, which I was playing at that time. It was relatively popular FPS, free-to-play FPS too. I also made some montages of it later, you know, but it's a class that basically relied on just holding the mouse button down, flying around and just aiming at people, because it had like this machine gun weapon, and this weapon would just have an insane amount of bullets, and you could just, you know, aim in the general direction and spray and pray it hits. And I mean, due to the nature of the game, usually that scored you a few kills here and there. Usually more than you could normally get by just, you know, taking other guns if you had no skill whatsoever. So yeah. And in the Just Cause first episode, I did a lot of that. I would just, you know, sitting and holding my button, and I thought, well, this is funny. It's kind of like playing a Doombringer or whatever. So why not? The next episode was about an infiltration, so I put it as an infiltrator. And then the third episode, I don't actually remember. Soldier, I think. Yeah, soldier with my playstyle of just throwing grenades and shit. It kind of fits, so I left those names, and I think those names attracted a lot of people, but yeah, obviously they didn't get what they expected. I don't know why would they have thought they would get anything when it clearly says let's play Just Cause. That has nothing to do with Tribes Ascend, but whatever. Whatever. The fact is, people watched it. I don't know. It wasn't very popular. It wasn't very technically good, so to speak. I still had just started recording, so I didn't know all the tricks and cool stuff of editing that I know today. I mean, it's not that far off. It wasn't horrible, but it wasn't pretty. There were quite a few issues that I've sorted out over the year with various things. I'd say Dark Souls was the first. Maybe Guild Wars 2 was the first. I don't know which one came first. One of those two was the first that actually got the full proper recording without any messes, and you know, you can actually tell that, and everything afterwards, obviously. So yeah, it was a great year. Enjoyed it. Never thought I'd have over 100 subs. Even now it's a bit hard to believe that I have over 100 subs. I'm not sure if all of them watch my videos anymore, but it's still a cool number to see. I remember looking back and seeing like 30, 40 and thinking, oh my god, man, it's insane. Never gonna get like 100. That would just absolutely awesome. There we are. We arrived here eventually, and we'll see where we get next year. Maybe we'll double it. That would be cool. I don't have really any expectations in general. I don't tend to plan or predict this kind of stuff because I do believe it's pretty random. It's all up to people who just either find me or not, and then either like me or not. So that's really hard to quantify, so I'm not gonna go and say, oh yeah, I'm totally gonna have like 1,000 subs next year, because this is the what these statistics tell me, the average growth of a YouTube channel. You know, that's what happens. I don't know those things. I don't really care for them either. I mean, whatever. I'm not particularly concerned with how many subs I have. It's more about, you know, there are people watching videos. Cool. Speaking of videos, you may have noticed that there have been some lapses in which videos were randomly not coming out. in the past month or so. Yeah, there was a lot of stuff. I was like gone for multiple days due to the holidays. Back to my mom, you know, visiting the family. Thing you kinda sorta have to do from time to time. So they don't have a PC. They have a notebook that's horrible. And it shouldn't even exist in this world. Whoever ever thought of this and called it a piece of hardware is an asshole. It's a sad story wherein, like, my mother wanted to buy herself a notebook for work and stuff, and like she sends me an email and asks me, hey, is this a good notebook? Because I mean, I was like the person in our family that knows about hardware and shit, even though at that point I wasn't that good at it. It's still, let's put it that way, it's like, you know, I was a man with one eye among the blinds when it came to hardware. So yeah, she sends me this email with all the specs, and I'm all like, damn, it's not a bad notebook at all. This thing is gonna run games and everything. And yeah, then she says, yeah, cool, I'll buy it. And then she bought a different one because apparently she couldn't wait like 2 weeks for this one to come over. So instead, she asked advice for the specialists. You know, specialists on hardware? Don't trust the specialists on hardware. Not because they're not to be trusted. It's because you shouldn't trust yourself, your own capabilities of explaining them what you want to do. I mean, really it all came down to the fact that my mom went all like, yeah, I need this notebook for work. People, nobody needs a notebook for work. When you need something for work, you might as well just go to some friggin' internet cafe or something and you'll be fine. When you buy a piece of hardware, at least buy something that can actually do everything that is relevant. I mean, for Christ's sake, because she bought this notebook for work, it can barely play YouTube videos these days of 720 or 1080. 1080p is impossible. This laptop cannot run 1080p videos. 720p lags if I don't let it buffer the entire thing before. Yes, if I buffer it, it runs okay with pretty much no stutters. But that's one video. If it's buffering, it just stutters every few seconds. You can't watch anything. 480p is what you have to watch shit at on the more than 720p screen. Watching YouTube videos does not fall under work. But when you're buying a notebook for your home, you're probably gonna do a little tad more than just, you know, work with it. I mean, that's why you're buying it for home use, and you need a little bit more firepower for that. I'm not talking buying something like GTX 680 equivalents, but like, it's just sad. I feel sad. That whole story just made me feel sad inside and outside, and but anyway, this is why I had quite a few lapses in the past, and the recent lapses, specifically this week, at least I hope it's this week, yeah, I was sick. I was sick with I assume the flu. Well, I assume it was the flu because it kind of matched all the basic stuff about the flu. I had a headache, I was a little bit dizzy, I had some temperature, coughing. I didn't have my nose full until like the third day, and it basically went away the next day afterwards, so I don't know what that was about. But it was a thing. And I had some problems with my, well, shit. Yes, let's put it that way. And that's basically what flu does to you. So I assume it was the flu. It went away now. Almost. I still have a bit of a sore throat, but everything else is fine now. Perfect. Like, I even got my energy back. To be honest, I didn't lose it in the first place. I just felt dizzy. And that's why I kind of didn't want to edit all the videos that I had filmed, because I felt like I'm just gonna be missing out on details that I would have to cut out, and that's not a good thing. So I decided to, you know, wait until I'm feeling better. And yesterday I was all like, well, I feel good enough to edit, so I edited and we had a new video. Unfortunately, it came out like in the middle of the night because YouTube has always decided, oh no, we can't run our services properly now that he's back. We have to screw everything up. So here we go. Let's break the uploading service and make it last hours instead of, you know, an hour. At least they fixed the annotation nonsense. I don't know if you knew, but like in the last few weeks with YouTube, if you had an annotation which took you to a certain time instead of, you know, like usually just jumping in the timeline, it would refresh the entire page and, you know, open the video at that time as if you had entered the full link or something into a new tab or something. That was very annoying, mostly for my also videos, because they have like those skip annotations for the parts where, you know, there's no gameplay, which sometimes lasts for quite a bit. And you usually would just click, and bam, it jumps to the gameplay. No, it just click, it reloads the video, then it plays the video probably once again at 360p instead of 720p. I mean, you don't always watch those at 720p, but imagine videos that you would watch at those resolutions. And I mean, it's not a big problem for me because I have like proper fiber internet. I have a PC with SSDs and shit, and Intel i5 3570K unlocked and overclocked and shit, and it's running everything like a boss. But when I think about people who have like those shitty notebooks like my mom, it must have been a freaking horrible experience for them. I'm freaking happy that I didn't have to experience. Ugh. Anyway, we've digressed a lot. If you remember at the start of this video, I said customize your message, or was it something else? Let me actually take a look. Yeah, customize your message. It's a thing about Facebook. I have a Facebook. I'll leave a link in the description. You may do well to friend me there. I might write some batch insane crazy things to your Facebook posts or something. I do that all the time to other people and they seem to like it. You could ask all my friends, they're gonna tell you I'm batshit insane crazy. Yeah. It's cool. You can friend me, it'll be awesome. I'll write you. Or I don't know. You'll write me. So whatever. Facebook is Facebook. I don't really use it that much. I really didn't understand the concept of it when it came out, and even now I still don't really take it like seriously like people do, like where they just post everything. Oh, I've got to post everything I do on Facebook. No, don't. No, don't. No, you do not. I don't know why people really explode on this, but I might as well use it. I mean, it's either this or Skype or any other random thing like World of Warcraft. And there we go. This one thing that replaces World of Warcraft: Facebook. Better than World of Warcraft. Trust me on that one. Yeah. So I was reading like messages by Pam, and he just like uploaded a new video. If you don't know who's Pam, is Pam Teflon, my buddy, who's making videos on YouTube just like me, except he's actually doing like vlogs and other stuff. He also plays games. You should check him out. He's a cool guy, and he likes to talk too. He's not as batshit crazy insane as I am though, so you know, don't go crazy on him. Yeah, be nice. Be nice. I'll leave a link here somewhere on the screen, maybe in the description as well. And he was all like, you know, we'll upload a video, a vlog. This is a recent vlog about the Hobbit movie. Well, it's about 55 minutes, out of which about 15 or 20 are about the Hobbit movie. The rest are about stuff like Pokemon and Beyonds and stuff. it's pretty awesome rant. It's like, you know, good like seal of approval of a rant. I really liked it. It's really brought a smile to my face. It's something I would love to watch every day. Yeah, if it was a show on TV, I'd actually watch TV. Think about that. And he has like this Twitter message, which is then posted to Facebook, obviously, because redundancy. I mean, Facebook already has a message that he uploaded the video. He has himself made a message that he will upload the video. And then the Twitter posts the message that he uploaded the video. And it's all like, customize your message in this video. And I'm all like, son of a bitch, this sounds friggin' epic. I don't know why, but like, customize your message. This is the bullshit I do on Facebook. It's fucking awesome. That's why you should, you know, do stuff on Facebook with me and all the other people. Yeah, I don't really know. I also have a Twitter that I listen to. Probably will also leave a link in the bottom. You don't have to go there. It's not very interesting. I just have it to listen to people like the Batman or something. They have some profound things to say. From time to time. Usually. Anyway, I think I've covered most of the random stuff that I wanted to talk about in this subscriber special video, so let's talk about games. Because that's what I do, I play games and then I record them. No, actually I record while playing. And then I edit them and upload them and then you watch them, so it's kind of relevant. And why not talk a bit about Path of... Oh my god, I did it unconsciously. I said Path of Exile unconsciously. Oh my... Fuck you, Saiyan. Fuck you. You son of a bitch. Oh my fucking god. Path of Exile. Why I don't play Path of Exile? Damn it, I did it again! Why don't I play Path of Exile? I got bored. I said it's a pretty grindy game. That being said, I never really got to like the hardest stuff in the game, which are the maps. If you're really not ever played or seen the game played, I can sum it up like this. It's like Diablo, except like instead of having skills on your class, you get skills as gems and you put them in your gear. And there's a massive talent tree, which is like copy pasted from Final Fantasy X and just made about 10 times more awesome because it actually makes sense, unlike the Final Fantasy X tree. If you don't know what the Final Fantasy X tree looks like, it's basically a massive set of circles interconnected with a massive set of lines, and every single character is in it, and you can just, you know, walk along those lines. Now, the reason Final Fantasy X tree sucks is because you have only so many ways you can go usually, besides like one character who can go in all directions. All the rest of the characters usually just have like one direction they can go at the start. You can branch out a little, but it's not a big difference. And there's like these blocks in a way that you have to unlock by completing like bosses and shit or some crap like that. So that's why it sucks pretty badly. Comparison, Path of Exile 3 is open. You just start in different locations, but you literally can go to anything at any point. And if you go anywhere at any point to anything, you can get it and you can use it. You can even do stupid shit like take all your life away in order to become immune to certain damage, and then on top of that remove all your energy shield, which is like secondary life. It's kind of like, you know, shields in other video games, which, you know, regenerates over time on its own. And you can remove that to your mana, and then you run around with 1 health like an idiot. It's not even very hard to do that. The 2 nodes that do that are really close. It's very stupid to do because you just gotta die, but you can do that. So that's why it's pretty cool. And I knew of this game because I was watching Kripparrian. I started watching Kripparrian. When was it? I think it was either his WoW stuff or Diablo. 3 stuff. I don't know, I just saw something that, like, he kind of does this thing where sometimes he's talking about a game and sometimes he's talking about, like, professional gaming things. And usually I disagree with a lot of notions of professional gaming. Not the actual notions so much, but with the conclusions drawn using said notions. Like, the notions are fine, you just need to apply them properly to the right things, and I don't think that's what's usually being done. That's why there's a lot of misunderstandings and hate, etc. Don't want to go deep into that stuff, but that's basically what he was kind of discussing. And you know, I saw that, I thought, what the hell, why not, maybe he'll do more about that. And then he started doing videos about Path of Exile. Thought, well, why not, I'll try it out. It was pretty cool. It was free to play anyway. I did buy myself into the beta to try it out. Didn't quite like it in the beta. I don't know why. I think it's mostly because I knew that the character would just be gone. Like, I would have to start from scratch, so I just couldn't be arsed to properly play it. Because it was better once the beta was over. The closed beta anyway. The open beta is now currently going. It will still be free to play after the open beta. And it has a lot of issues, obviously. Most of them just you can work around though, so it's not that big of a deal. Of course, unless you die on a hardcore server due to those issues, in which case probably you will go ballistic. I play on hardcore because if you die on hardcore you don't actually lose your character, it's just moved to the default league, which is like a separate set of characters live there. So basically there's the hardcore league where only hardcore characters are, the default league where basically all the normal characters live and all the characters that died in any hardcore league go. There's other stuff to the game, like they make these race events, which are basically different leagues where you create new character in them, which is also obviously separate from all the other characters in the normal and hardcore leagues. And you play for a certain amount of time, and then after it ends, if you died, obviously you go to default. If you didn't die, you go to the hardcore league or something like that. And there's rewards for that, like if you get like 3 hours, and if you level up the most out of all, let's say, people of your class, then you get points, lots of points, and you then can use those points to do stuff, like get items for your actual characters or something. I don't really know how it works that well. I didn't really participate because in these games, one thing that I really hate about them is restarting. I can't. Oh, it kills me. The only reason I could ever restart Path of Exile, oh my god, I just made a mental note. Don't say patch. Don't say patch. It's just because I have like some insane gear sitting in the bank that just owns everything, so it takes so little time. But if I had to start with 0 gear, I would just quit in 5 minutes. Unless it was like with a bunch of friends or something and we were just fucking about, then maybe, but seriously play, like, that's so grindy. I just can't stand grinding games. I just do it for a few minutes and I'm all like, what the fuck am I doing? What the fuck am I doing? Why am I wasting my time here? I'm gonna get what? Like win what? I don't give a shit. I wanna play something that's interesting now. I mean, I don't have anything against people who like grindy games and can enjoy them, but like, I'm gonna fucking go play Osu. That's not a fucking grindy game. That's a fucking action game. It's a rhythm game. You just have to be on your toes all the fucking time. You can't lose the cursor. You can't lose the notes, or you miss. If you miss, you're fucked. That's the cool thing about Osu. But Path of Exile is not like Osu, so yeah. That being said, I did get to like level 70, which is fucking insane. But mostly through just like uber willpower mode, where I went all like, oh, I've gotta grind this. Sits down, turns on like best music ever, and all like, grind for hours or something. And I got to level 70 somehow. I was still like in Act 2 Merciless, which is insanely low. That's like level 55, 6, 7, 8 maybe. I'm level 70. So it was pretty crazy. The spec I went for was also one of the Creparian specs. Man said this is probably the best spec. So why not? Sounds cool. Once. Why not? As good as any. I did start as a lightning arrow templar though. Lightning arrow is basically like an arrow that hits target and a bunch of other targets. It's like an AoE thing. I really like the animation. They actually changed the animation, which is another thing that killed the game for me. They changed the lightning arrow animation. It was such a cool fucking animation. It's like with friggin' iron strike coming from the friggin' orbit, and it just happened to every single mob on the screen. It's like the whole screen would go shaking. And now it's just like some measly little lightning hits a bit, and you get a little shake every now and then. It's like, meh, it's not cool anymore. So I couldn't level it. I probably would have dredged a little bit longer, but then the game killed itself by not allowing me to progress, because I think the files got corrupt and I couldn't enter like certain zones which I required to progress. The game would instantly crash if I would enter those zones. And I then deleted the game and I just couldn't be arsed to reinstall it. But I thought to myself yesterday, well, I'll log in, I'll see if Aniki's on, I'll boost him or something. What do you know, he was on and he did ask me for a boost. What a coincidence. So I boosted him for a few hours. So it was cool, we talked on Vent and it was awesome. But if he wasn't there, I probably would have just killed myself from that kind of play. Just couldn't stand it. So, I don't know. Your mileage will vary a lot in terms of this game. It's pretty cool if you can stomach Diablo games, but if you think Diablo is just a shitty grind, then well, this is probably gonna be better than Diablo because it has like funny mechanics. You know, it's pretty cool how it works. But once you figure most of that stuff out, it's just gonna be grind, and you know, if you're not into that kind of stuff like me, this game will die on you. This game will die on you. That being said, they introduce a lot of new stuff all the time, but I personally don't think that's good enough to keep me interested. I mean, what? I'll test out an ability for 5 minutes and, well, then I'll be bored again. And yes, I did die 3 times on my characters, because my current character is damn good like 4. I have like 10 characters or something actually, because to get all the skills, or the most of them anyway, I had to actually go level other characters, because you get skills as either drops, which are obviously rare. You can buy them from other players, but that, you know, involves trading and that's annoying. And then there's quests. Every single class has its own quest, which gives its own skills. Obviously anyone can use those skills, and you can just put them in a bank and take them out with a different character, and you can choose from very many skills which give you pretty much any playstyle with any class almost. I mean, like strength and the dexterity hybrid will probably not get spells like fireball or some shit like that, but besides that you usually get anything you would want for that class given where it is on the tree. And to get all the abilities that I wanted, which is like a bunch of auras, a bunch of other skills, I had to level a witch and where it was? The duelist? I don't think it was the duelist. The shadow, a witch and a shadow, that's what I needed to level. Yeah. So I would level them both to like level 30, and that took a while actually to accomplish back in the day when I didn't have like my crazy level up to level 30 gear in my bank, which would just now equip, and then I one-shot everything all the way to like Act 2 in Cruel, which is practically halfway through the game in terms of content. So I have like 2 of those, two witches, 2 shadows I think, which will get all the abilities, and I have 4 templars. And a bit some random other crap that I made for some random reasons, like to level 1 or something, or the first ability or something. I have the 4 templars. The first one I went full melee, and melee is really shitty in this game apparently because of like stuff like desync, which makes you appear you're not where you are, and when that happens you're very easily surrounded and you can't escape. And obviously when you can't escape and you can't heal after a certain point because you run out of healing pots, you die. And obviously on hardcore it's not a very good thing. So melee have this more of an issue because they desync more because of how they work, and in general they're usually closer to the enemy, so they always have to take more damage and escape faster, etc, etc, etc. So the first character was like double strike cleave melee mode, yeah, and it was awesome. Loved playing that character even though it was fucking insane. I played also with really low health and everything. It was awesome, and I just died to stupid shit like I don't know why I died there. I was like in Cruel Act 2, once again halfway through the content. I was appropriate level. I was trying to farm a bandit for gear, and for some reason I thought it would be smart to like pick up all the ads and AoE them instead of my usual tactic, which was to run into a corner and hide and hope that they don't kill me. And for some other reason I thought, well, I probably should use my second healing potion, which heals for a lot but also removes my mana. But that, and yeah, made a new character. This guy got all the way to Merciless, the last difficulty level on, and I died while I was farming the first boss, which you fight like in the very first level before even the first town. Very easy place. I didn't die to an actual boss, I died to mobs before him, which had this special ability which reflects magical damage. And at that point I just didn't have enough resistances, and on top of that I was wearing a ring which reduced resistances but increased like loot, because I was farming, you know, I was hoping to get gear and stuff. And I wasn't looking and I shot like a lightning arrow and I just exploded. And I was with Saiyan at that time. Yeah, he was there, and it was all like, holy shit, what the fuck happened? I'm running away. He was all like, what the fuck, man? What the fuck killed you? I'm running away. Oh, it was fucking hilarious. Even though I died like there, it was the first time the Merciless died there, and I was like, oh my god, it was the funniest shit ever because of how my friend reacted, and because it was like 5 AM after the full night or something. I don't know. It was horrible. No, actually, I think I had just a all-nighter for some reason. And I logged in like, you know, I thought, oh, I'll go farm Hillock, and Saiyan joined me for some inexplicable reason, and then that happened and I died. It's hilarious. And he boosted me with my third Templar all the way to Act 2 on normal. Unfortunately, since experience is derp, you can't properly boost. So I ended up being level 1 in Act 2, and eventually we had to face the bandits, and I died to the bandits. Alas, such is the fate. And then I leveled a 4 character, and as you can see, still alive in the hardcore league and kicking at level 70, and I'm bored of it. I'm not gonna give away my stuff, don't even ask. So that's about it about Path of Exile. If you have any questions in regards to the game, just comment below and I'll try to answer them. I'm not absolute expert, but I know a thing or two. In terms of other games, well, what do we have? We have Planetside 2. I've been kinda on and off Planetside 2. The latest game updates kind of brought the life a little back into it. I mean, when the game update 4 happened was when we sort of stopped playing together with Saiyan and Birth. But Saiyan has been a little bit more back into it recently. I think the game just sorted itself out after a while, and you know, people don't suck absolute ass anymore and shit like that after all the nerfs. And then there have been buffs after the nerfs and stuff like that. You know, it feels better now somehow than before. There's the Cold Wars and shit, which kind of help people actually go to places and fight, even if it doesn't work all the time. It still sparks a little bit of battle, which is cool. So it does feel a little bit more interesting. That being said, I did play Planetside 2 with Pentathlon. He's invited me and I joined his Empire Plays Planetside 2 events. They're pretty random, just when he feels like it, he just makes an event on Facebook and we join. I don't know, if you play Planetside 2 and if you still don't like know PEM and you for some reason want to attend these, we're still looking for people. Usually there's like 4 people that are always there and some others. So just, you know, talk me up on Facebook and I'll get you places. Yeah. I've been adding the videos we've had to the playlist of mine, so you can go watch it there if you want to. And you'll see what we do there, which is just basically the same thing that we do with Saiyan, just with different people, really. Maybe a bit more organized. Yeah. Spam takes this a little bit more seriously. In other games, Witcher is progressing quite well. I think we're about to finish Act 2, which is unexpected. I thought I would have a lot of trouble actually playing Witcher after I, you know, failed the first act so many times due to various reasons. But no, it's actually pretty fun to play. The story's pretty cool and you can do a lot of things that I didn't expect you'd be able to do. It's not perfect and the combat is just pathetic, but at least you can skip things. That's always a good thing. In terms of Morrowind has a few issues with me. Just random bugs keep popping up. So I kept my sessions usually pretty short so I can investigate them and try to fix them for the next session, you know. So that's why there's only usually like 2 or 3 videos per session of Morrowind. It should pick up more once I finally figure most of this stuff out, and then we'll have longer videos and more things will happen. That's for sure. It's just going slow in this figuring out the process part. All in all, I do want to play it a bit more. It's getting pretty interesting now that I've got actual companions and stuff, and I have armor, and I don't really have weapons. I'll try to look that up for the next time. Where to get a decent weapon. That would be fucking awesome once I actually have a weapon I can use. And armor? We're gonna start breezing through the game. Then we're gonna see all what it's about. Guild Wars 2, I mentioned I would restart this. Not from scratch, from where we left off. And I will do this. But not yet. I still want to get a bit more done with The Witcher and Morrowind. I think with Guild Wars 2 it doesn't really feel like an MMO when I'm playing it. I mean, I haven't played it for months now, so who knows, things could have changed. And I hope they changed. But when I was playing, it didn't really feel like MMO. There were people, but I mean, I didn't need to communicate with them or anything. They were just there, you know, to be there, like empty spaces. For all I care, they could have been NPCs. It would have made absolutely no difference. Really. I'm telling you. Very minor things. Heck, they probably would have died less to the goddamn bosses. I rewatched like that boss fight. It's fucking amazing how impressively bad people are sometimes. It's on the list of things I'm gonna do. Guild Wars 2 continuation, but it's on a, so to say, far end list. Not at the very bottom, but I definitely want to get some other things out of the way first. At least one of the RPGs, like The Witcher or the Morrowind, and both of them are pretty long, as we have determined. They're not gonna end very fast, so it might be quite a while before I return to Guild Wars 2, but I will. I definitely will, I am almost 100% sure, unless something really crazy happens. And finally, the Secret World. I guess the same thing as Guild Wars 2. I played it a little, I recorded one session, but I don't know. It's such an MMORPG game, I feel that I'd have to do so much cutting that a lot would be lost, because it's just You know, it's one again pretty grindy game. So in terms of the secret world, I've decided pretty much this. Tell me if you want the secret world at all. Yes, you have to tell me. In the comments, in the inbox, I don't care, on Facebook, wherever. Doesn't matter, just tell me. Do you want any of it, or do you want none of it, or do you not care? Whichever it is. And yeah, I'll base it off that. Because I just feel it would be interesting to play for myself, but I'm not sure it would be very interesting to watch. Or it would be very hectic to watch, because there would be a lot of cuts. Like a lot of cuts. It's an insane amount of cuts there. At least from what I've played so far. It just doesn't feel like a very straightforward experience. Because it's an MMO. It's how it is. So yeah. That's what it's gonna be. That's about it in terms of all the plans that I have. As always, I'm open to suggestions. Games. Mostly because I don't know all the games out there. So I definitely will at least try them out. I don't promise to actually do anything in terms of anything you suggest. But I would try them out, I would see if they're good. Tried out like recently BioShock Infinite a bit. And I didn't enjoy it very much. I think I'd prefer personally to watch someone else play than to actually play it myself. It's one of those games where the gameplay just doesn't cut it. It's not good enough. Not good enough. But I think that's enough. I'm gonna stop because I've been talking for like forever. I have no idea how long it's been or whatever. And yeah, if you have any questions, once again, comment below or add me on Facebook and ask me there. I'll answer them all. The fate of the secret world is in your hands. If nobody writes anything, I'll assume that you don't give a shit, so I won't do it then. So there we go. Thank you for watching, guys, and I'll see you later.